Good morning.
No, go ahead.
What's up?
Remind me about keys once we get out.
Oh, okay. Good morning, all. It is.
Oh, you're right.
It is the second week of turkey season. We didn't get to hunt not one time through the week.
Work gets in the way of so much fun stuff.
Work is a killer of turkey season. Now we did have 2 days or 3 days in mind that we was thinking about hunting, and then the weather was bad 2 of those days, and then on the 3rd day I wanted to make some money instead, honestly. So we didn't go not a drop this week. We are back at it now. New spot again today. We got the e-bikes on the back of the truck, so we're just gonna go. We're gonna ride for a little while. Right first thing, I thought we was gonna have a 4-mile ride to start with. So again, we are back in here at 5:30 at the gate, and well, almost to the gate. But turns out there's 2 ways into this place, but one way you got to go through private, and I do not have the key. Peyton has the key and I have the code, because there's 2 gates you got to go through actually. But
Is this the one that's supposed to be open?
no, this is the code. Code's on the left. Let me find this gate code and show it to Dad real quick. Wow.
Didn't beep or nothing.
No. So
No hunting, no game land access.
it says no game land access, but they're not allowed to do that. We've talked to the wildlife about it and everything.
Silly.
Stay right on, not like in the road, but like forks and stuff. Anyway, so the gate with the key, Peyton has the key and I do not. So we was just gonna ride the 4 miles in the other way, and called and talked to him a little bit about it. See, wildlife signs, they're not allowed to do anything. Called and talked to him about it yesterday, and he said, yeah, the gate with the key ain't locked, go on. So we're gonna do that.
Where is that? On out here?
Yes. And it's been 4 years since I've come in this way, so I'm gonna hop off here and try and do some navigating with Onyx. We'll be back with you in a minute. Oh gosh. There we go. I reckon we made it. I don't know. It's dark and it's been a long time since I've been to the top this way. I usually just walk the other way. So we're going, I guess we're just going to explore, aren't we?
Yeah, that's usually how we end up hunting the majority of the time, but most of the time it ends up working out. Seems like we go back where we know where we're going. I don't know. Everybody else follows us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we must have a tracker on our turkey vest or something, because we'll hunt a spot for, and I guess that's a little selfish to say because it is public land, but it seems like we hunt a spot for a year or 2 and then people end up walking in on us. But thankfully, I mean, during turkey season it's a little bit different, because I guess this gate, Peyton opened it for us. He's got a key to it, but I guess turkey season about anybody can get in here, but coyote season they can't, I don't reckon. So I don't think most people come up here anyway, but most other places we end up getting walked in on, don't we?
Have, but
Under like last week, I mean, those 2 roads, there's 3 roads within a quarter of a mile of each other, but 2 roads just right on top of each other. And we got on one and somebody went down the other one. So,
which we never saw them.
Yeah.
They never saw us, but, and again, it is public land, so as long as they're respectful,
yeah,
and
that's the big thing.
we'll respect them if they'll respect us.
There's a lot of people that, like, we had a group of fellers walk in on us one time. Well, I was raised in this country. So was we.
And we got there first. They walked right by our truck.
There was one parking spot at the gate, is the thing. One parking spot. They blocked the gate, which is a no-no in North Carolina. You're not allowed to do that.
Walked right by our truck. Walked right up on us as we were
working a
bird.
And said, well, we're just going to go on around the mountain here. Well, no, we're working a bird around there.
Right toward where we were hoping that bird was going to come from. And
well, there's a lot of country in here. Well, yeah, there is, but that's what happened. They walked right in on us. So, oh well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hopefully, we don't have to today. But at least it's a bridge, because I don't do well with creek crossings. But it ain't quite light yet, and we don't know where we're going, but we're going to get out there and explore a little bit. So we'll pray, and then we're going to head out. Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for another opportunity to get out and explore your creation. God, I thank you for the ability to get out, and thank you for what turkey hunting with my dad means to me. God, I just pray that if it be your will, that you would just allow us to see some birds and hear some birds, and hopefully to be able to put a shot on one. God, I pray that you keep us safe through our travels today, be with our families as we're away from them. And God, I just pray that you would just allow us to not take for granted these opportunities that you've given us and this beauty that you allow us to see. We love you and praise you no matter what. In your precious and holy name we pray. Amen. What do you think? Ready to go start squalling at them?
Yeah, we got a minute to.
Well, we got a minute unloading these 100-pound bikes too.
Yeah. So, yeah, so let's put our junk together.
We'll check back in at some point, I reckon. Well, like I said, I've been on this land in about 4 years, if not more. How long's it been since I've been a junior in high school? 6 years, ain't it? Yeah. 6 years, roughly, since I've been on this land, and I just brought us up a horrible road. I mean, we are completely in the wrong spot for where I wanted to be, but we are up on, I mean, it's the highest point we can get around here. It's 5,600 feet, so we're gonna wait it out, I guess, and hoot a minute. It is now 6:20. We'll hoot from up here, and if not, at least it's all downhill to get to the spot that I wanted to go to. So we'll be hooting in just a minute. What do you think about the road we just came on, Dad?
Yeah, not a fan. Not the most bike-friendly trail that we could have started out on in the dark, especially. But I'm just glad we wasn't up here last weekend as hard as that wind was blowing. Because wind's blowing pretty good right now, and can't imagine last weekend we wouldn't have been able to keep our hats on. Probably wouldn't have been able to keep our shirts on. The wind was blowing.
Look at this rig he's got here. I don't know. Do you still got your headlamp out?
No.
Oh, that's the trees smacking together. He's got him a gun rack, got him a tote bag, and saddlebags. He's tricked out to the nines. And I'm over here on a dang beach cruiser, which, I mean, it is electric, so it helps more than nothing, but I had to walk it halfway up this hill, and he just come pedaling right on by me. So Hopefully downhill will be a whole lot better if I can dodge them stumps we seen on the way in.
Yeah, I'm
Got a branch stuck in her. And we are back at the truck because I took us on a detour. There's another gate up there. I don't know which one we're supposed to be on. Alright, so we was riding back out this road that we've just rode down. And we decided to stop and call one more time. And one gobbled, I'm guessing, 250 if its head was turned even slightly towards us. So we're gonna get our junk together. We just got the bikes parked. And we're gonna try and find somewhere to get set up. But there's a big field and a couple of ponds just right in here off of this bank. So we can't really drop down in them without getting seen. So I really don't know what we're gonna do quite yet. But y'all will know when we know. So we're gonna ease down this road right here and get somewhere where we could make a setup, and then we're gonna make another call and see if we can get him to gobble again, and that way we know where he's at. But if he's coming already, we could make a setup if we needed to. So he's working around the hill, not straight. So we're gonna go on up this road a little ways. Do we take the bikes or leave them there? He really wasn't 400 yards. I say we leave him, and if we get up here around this bend and it sounds like he's working off, then we can come back and get the bikes. Because if he's working off with us calling at him and him gobbling, it means he's got hens. So we'll need to wait on him anyway.
But we're also kind of shielded by some of these trees, but it did sound like he was closer, or at least he was looking at us then. One of the two.
But he's higher up, so if we go down this road, we take the risk of not being able to call him down. But if we go around this road,
we're risk getting seen.
Yeah.
I mean, we leave the bikes here.
We've been all over him. Why has he not gobbled before? Or did he fly in from way off somewhere?
I don't know.
He sounded deep though. I got worried after that first one. It was a Jake.
No, I think he's a mature bird. I'm gonna say let's go up here this curve and just hang out another minute or two and see if we can tell if he's moving this way.
See them two pine trees together up on the hill?
Yeah.
That's in line where he sounded like, but about halfway down that hill. So if we ever get to a point on this road where it looks like that's open, just stop. he's finally gobbling on his own and sounding like he's working this way. So we're gonna try and get up here and find a good setup spot and just see how hot he is. I think he's gonna come down, or he's gonna work his road around and be. He's not that far, and he's gobbling hard, but he's higher than us. I don't, not by much. He can't be much. I mean, the parking area's right there. He's not that much higher than us. I don't think. I think we'd have better luck. I think he'd be more likely to come down through the woods myself. I mean, all we can do is try it. I could get up and down easier. Well, right up here it's real green and it's kind of on the edge of that field. Maybe you'll think it's in. No, because it's thick in between here, so we won't be able to see real good. So I think we should get right here. Actually, I can get behind this and just lay down right here. It'll be better for me. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh. Oh my word.
Let's go see.
23 years, Dad.
Is that the first one you've seen?
23 years, and that's the first one I've seen you shoot.
Oh. I'm not here for just a second.
Did he fly down here?
No. No. If you look on the through there, there's laurels here on the left, and there's a hemlock way on the other side of that bank. I saw him come down right there.
Okay.
And that's and he kind of dropped down in behind some stuff, and that's when I turned and looked at you and said, "Can you see him?" And I lost him for a little bit, and then he come down that log pile, and that's probably where you started picking him up.
Well, because he flapped his wings.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Well, he almost fell.
Oh,
and
really?
had to catch himself a little bit.
Yeah, he flapped his wings, and I was like, gosh, this thing's just flew down in here. Did he ever strut? Did you see him strut?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, because I heard him spit and drum.
Yeah, as soon as he got down here in this flat, right before I shot him.
See, I was focusing on the camera. So my little auxiliary screen, when I played with the settings the other day, it turns off again when I start recording, like it did the first time. And so I when you said I see him, I figured you meant way up yonder. And so I started playing with the settings, trying to get it back together.
So how far you reckon that was? That's about
50,
yeah,
45, 50.
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah, he strutted and poked that head up and started doing this number. It's like,
I seen that.
It's like, oh gosh, I don't want him to get spooked.
And see,
that's
with
the reason
me,
I went ahead and shot.
With me back there on that wood pile, I figured I was gonna turn my head and make it sound like I was up on the road and just cut a couple times, see if he'd gobble at us. And oh, good shot though.
Thank you. Oh, weather been got him the night on. He's got a pretty good beard.
Does he?
Yeah. He's got pretty good beard.
Wow. Oh, poop all right here.
Is there?
Yeah. Oh, poop all right here.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that rascal, he come down that that wood pile there, when right above it, there's a nice clean path, but he clambered down that wood pile. I don't know what he was thinking, I guess. After the season we've kind of had to start with, we're just very thankful, not only to get to kill one, but to work one and hear one. I see on his chest, he's been working him in some.
Wow. Yes. Great shot. Oh. Been fighting too, honey. Yeah. Hey, Lord. Yeah. Oh, man. Thank you, Lord, for a successful hunt. It was successful by the time we heard him, but
Yeah.
that just caps it off. Oh, man.
And what about that? I mean, we did, sure enough, this morning we worked.
So that, I don't know if you can see it, but there's one tree right there in that gap that just looks a little bigger than the others. The truck ain't 60 yards from that tree. We parked the truck right there, rode the bikes all the way to the top of this ridge, I mean, it's back yonder a good ways. It was 1.25 miles. Rode all the way back down, made our first call right there this morning.
No, we never did call there.
Or hoot, not, but I mean, we hooted way back up yonder, but on this road, made our first hoot right there. Never heard a peep. And then coming back up the road 4.5 miles later, 3.5 miles later, he gobbles at us. Yeah, that way would be put the smack down on him.
I see it tape.
Right there where it attaches to, yep, right there.
Right.
10 even.
Call it a 10. Got one strand that
2
stretches.
strands.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 2 out there at 10.
All right.
10 and an 8.
Two-inch.
Nope, that's centimeters.
Oh.
7/8, 3/4.
Yeah.
No, that's 7/8.
Yeah, I think you call that 7/8. On that one, this one looks a little longer. Well, it's the same 7/8. I don't know, maybe a 2-year-old bird, but that's all right. It's a bird.
It is a bird.
I'm very thankful.
Oh.
Man. Honestly, we couldn't have scripted it any better. I mean,
No.
we heard him way down there, and we just kept working this road up and trying to make him think that we was a hen coming to him. We didn't call a whole lot, but he finally started gobbling on his own, and we both figured then that if he's doing that for us, he probably didn't have a companion at the moment and was looking for some fellowship. So we just kept calling just a little bit, enough to keep his interest till we kind of got up level with him, because we was a good bit below him in elevation, and it seems like in our area it's very hard to call birds downhill, so we always try to get, you know, about the same elevation as they are, to where if nothing else they can just kind of come around the hill and not have to come downhill. And we got close. We probably could have went just a little bit higher, but the way things worked out here, we just thought this would be a good spot, and sure enough, it worked out for us. He had to come downhill just a little bit, but
It didn't seem like this in mine, did it? Too bad.
Not enough to bother him, and he was coming pretty good. He gobbled a couple more times for us, but we didn't. Once I sat down, I called one time, and
Dad sat down and called once, and I was still getting camera gear ready, and he turned around and said, "He's coming, quit moving." I said, "All right then." And so then I didn't have to move to play with them settings, and then I just hear I guess he about fell coming down that wood pile over yonder. And I thought he flew down to us, so I just exited out of the settings and pressed the record button and finally found him down here in the bottom. The shot, it blurred right before the shot because it focused on something else, but it pretty much got it in there. I literally pursed my lips to cut a couple good times because I was up, I mean, from where he is right here, it'd have been like I was up in that road is what it'd have sounded like. So I was gonna cut a couple good times, see if I could get him to gobble real close at us. And I pursed my lips to do it and reached my hand over to scratching the leaves and boom!
Yeah, he got down here and he strutted a time or two. And he was kind of looking our way and bobbing that neck, and that makes me nervous. It makes me feel like you're getting ready to check out on us, and I didn't want to take any more chances.
Gosh, that's every bit of 40. I mean, you shot him actually right there behind us a little bit, but that's every bit of 45, 50 yards.
Yeah, he was right there.
No, my rangefinder's in the Geo. I didn't feel like toting everything in my vest.
All right, now what are we gonna do?
Time is it?
8:45.
Is that rain still coming?
Don't look like it here now.
No, I mean, there's sun right yonder. It's just
Yeah.
fog.
Maybe it went north of us.
If it kicked it north, I say we go to, because I am 97% sure. I can blur it out.
Yeah.
I'm 97% sure after you shot one gobbled right there.
Really?
I mean, a mile away, 3/4 of a mile away. But that's why I started cutting so hard, and I sounded like a dying duck there a time or two. But that's why I was cutting so hard, because after I cut, not the first time when I sounded like a dying duck, but the second time I thought I heard him gobble again.
I don't know. It looks like, I mean, it's gonna break up. It ain't gonna do a whole lot.
I got emergency ponchos and we got waterproof bags on the bikes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go get the box, and I guess I could put a tag on him. And I can put my gun up then.
We can throw mine in the dang gun rack.
Yep.
I quit toting that stupid thing. I honestly thought I was going to pass out coming up that hill because I let loose and the bike kicked sideways to try and grab my gun. So it was just right there on my carotid artery. Look at the gold, Dad. I mean, look at the gold.
Sun hitting him there right now.
Wow.
Yeah, there he is.
Look up at me. Well, you ain't really in it, but oh well.
I ain't got a pen. You got a pen in your vest?
No, you don't need a pen. You take a knife to them. You cut it out. Well, for me, first bird since opening weekend last year that I've seen on public land, at least. Why don't you look at what a sharp knife will do? Why are you cutting it like that?
Well, I don't know. I was
All you gotta do is punch it out.
I was debating about whether to cut it out or what is today? 19th, 20th.
20th. Gosh, this eats through batteries.
But you got enough service here. I guess I could probably do it on the app here. But well, I ain't got no cigars for us.
I've got some. I've got some right here in the vest.
Oh.
There's 2 of them. But I said about 4 years ago, those cigars are being saved for one of 2 things. My first double with somebody, or a banded turkey. North Carolina released, I think, 10 down eastern part of the state. But if they ever release one up here, or we get to go to another state and bust one like old Dave did.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find our way back to the, well, ain't trouble to find our way back to the box. We're gonna go grab the box and get him to the truck, and then see if we can get on one for Hunter here now. Like I told him, I can put my gun up. I don't have to tote it anymore, and I'd be the guide now. I guess I'll be cameraman. So, well,
Thank goodness.
We'll let you know when we get on one.
We got some ravens circling us. Which, there's just 2 of them, so I don't guess it really counts. But, fun fact of the day, did you know that they are called an unkindness of ravens when it's like a flock of them? Me and Dad was talking about this the other day. It's crazy the words they come up with, you know, covey of quail. And I'm fairly certain it's a covey of turkey also, but I'm not 100% sure. And then, I mean, I'd love to say if anybody knew this one to drop it in the comments, but with Google, it's not really, doesn't really matter. But if you knew off of the top of your head, kudos to you, that when there's a flock of owls, it's called a parliament of owls. Dad didn't know that one the other day, but it's and everybody knows it's a murder of crows. But murder of crows, covey of quail, unkindness of ravens, and a parliament of owls. Why can't they all just be flocks? Alright, we've had us a quick nap. Let the rain settle down. Dad just got his bird an hour and a half ago. And now we've, like I said, we've had us a little quick nap. And it started raining quick as we got back to the truck. Ate us a Snickers and a protein bar. That way they cancel each other out. And you're just back to level. And now we're gonna go see if we can't get on another one. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us through this video. If y'all liked it, please be sure to like and subscribe. And stay tuned for part 2 of this video, where we show the evening portion of this hunt and show a pretty fired up gobbler. Thank y'all again.